It's Friday. It's about 100 degrees. I'm loving it though. I just know that I gotta go to work tomorrow, and I don't know how long I'll be there. Could be 1, could be 12, could be later. Can't say. All we did today was haul a little bit of dirt off the pad. But it's a beautiful day. I wish I didn't have to go to work. I wish I could sit here and enjoy my day out here. But I kind of can't because gotta make that money. Especially whenever you're the only one making money. It'd be totally different if it was the other way around, where 2 people are making money or whatever, but that's not the case. Like I said, can't really do much about it, so it is what it is. I'm making it, so that's what matters. You know? I just know I'm not looking forward to winter. So that's going to be here in, let's see, it's June, so July, August, September is usually when it starts getting cooler. So I have about 2 more months. But where I'm at right now, it kind of can get bipolar. It doesn't really start getting consistently cold until right around October, November. So, like I said, I won't be working the rest of my life. I can tell you that for somebody else. Eventually, I'll be working for myself. You know, I'll be able to do the things that I actually want to do because I'll have the time to and the money. See, that's always been my struggle is throughout life is if I wanted to go anywhere, it'd be mostly my time that I didn't have to go here or go there. You know, I only have the weekends to do what I want to do, and half the time I'm working overtime on a Saturday, so I only have one day to really do anything, and that's a Sunday. So it kind of sucks, but at the same time, you can't just sit here and think about it. You gotta think about it, manifest it, and work towards that. Set out goals and accomplish those goals, and then eventually get to that point where you want to be. Because nobody's gonna help you get there. Nobody's gonna do it for you, you know? There's plenty of people that are living lives that plenty of us want to live. I've always believed in staying humble. You know? Stay humble and be humble. It's just like I was watching this channel, Southern Life, and I don't really care for this channel. I don't even really care for himself because he's not humble. Like, his channel's nothing but negativity. And it's just like a lot of people take his word as fact and as gospel when a lot of the stuff that he says is, how can I put it, just straight up BS or opinions. And opinions aren't facts. Opinions are opinions. And also, what I mean by he doesn't stay humble is, for instance, people will tell him to get a real job because lately he's been complaining about how he's not able to afford the area that he lives in. Come here, Rocky, over here. Which is the Bradenton Lakewood Ranch area. And he pays $2,500 a month supposedly for his apartment. And then, you know, his truck is well over $1,000 a month. This is just stuff that I know from the videos that he's posted about it. It's not like I know every bill. He's only mentioned those couple, which is his car and his rent. And, you know, I don't know how much money he makes a month, but he's claimed at one point he was making right around six figures or $100,000 that 1 year. I think it was last year. I don't know about this year. Don't really care. But why I bring up $10,000 in a month and money is because I remember him complaining about not getting tips on Uber, because he claims that he only does Uber as a way to have new experiences, but nobody really drives Uber, especially a brand new truck, to just experience something. You know, people drive Uber or these gig apps to make money. That's the only reason. I would never personally do it, but that's just me. I don't need to do Uber, but plus my car, I wouldn't even be able to do Uber anyway because my car isn't new enough to do it. You have to have like a newer car within like the last decade or whatever. I don't know exactly the parameters, but you get what I'm saying. And somebody in his comments pretty much sat there and said, get a real job, because as I said, he's stated in multiple Uber videos that people don't tip, and he's complaining about that. And then he says to this commenter that said, get a real job. Oh, YouTube's my career. I've been living off of YouTube for 5 years. And the other thing he said was, I just made $10,000 this month. But here's a couple things. See, if you ever watched any of Southern Life's videos, he only makes a few thousand views per video. Between 1 to 5,000 views is a rough estimate of what he gets. He uploads so much because that's his range. He can't just upload 1-2 videos a week. He needs to upload multiple videos a week to make a good living off of YouTube. And the more views you make off YouTube, the more ads is being shown to the viewers, which means more money in his pockets, which is fine. But that's why he wasn't making as much money before when he got hurt, is because he wasn't posting as many videos as before. And from what I understand, the biggest reason why he even got that, if the 10 grand is even true, is because he made a couple of videos that made like a few 100,000 views in a couple of days or whatever. But my point being is that he's making it seem like he's better than everybody else because he's making money off YouTube and making decent money from what it seems like. He's trying to get a rabbit or a cat. But I'm looking at it like there's no point in even bragging to people about it. Like, and he brags about having a $63,000 truck, which I've heard different estimates from his mouth. He said that the truck's worth $30,000, and then he's gotten it all the way up to $60,000 and $70,000. So I don't know which one's true, and it is what it is. But like, I'm looking at it like, you should be more humble. You're no better than the next person. You're no better than a homeless person. Same with me. Like, I'm no better than any one of these people out here. Even if you're a zombied out person or, somebody hooked on drugs, I'm no better than that person. I'm no better than the homeless person. And it's true. I'm no better than that. I mean, yeah, I'm living a different life. But just because they're homeless and I have a roof over my head doesn't make me a better person. you know? And just because you're a millionaire doesn't mean that you're a better person than somebody that's poor. So I don't know. I just feel like he's a bit childish, and he needs to be a bit more humble, because eventually karma's gonna bite him in the ass. You know? I've learned that the hard way growing up. You sit here and you're not humble, and you brag about this or that, especially about money. Look like somebody about to get in a wreck. Those two cars right there. There goes one, there goes two. I don't know. But I remember I used to brag about making really good money when I was a lot younger. And eventually that came all crumbling down on me. You know, I've learned the hard way that just stay humble. Keep things to yourself, and don't make it seem like you're better than somebody else, because you're no better than the next person. Just because you aren't working a 9-to-5 job like everybody else doesn't make you better. It just means that you found an avenue to make money on YouTube to give you the lifestyle that you have, even though you are technically working Uber, 10 plus hours a day just to help you fund your lifestyle, because you're not making a lot of money. And also, he hasn't been making money off YouTube for 5 years. Yeah, he has 2 other channels, a third if you want to include his wife channel, but one of them has 50,000 subscribers. It's a pigeon racing channel, but he abandoned that for whatever reason. Don't know why. He's never really mentioned it, so I don't know why he quit doing that. But his other channel was a fishing channel that has a couple thousand subs. He abandoned that channel because I remember hearing him say, because somebody asked him, why don't you do more fishing videos? He says, I was doing fishing videos on my other channel, but the channel wasn't growing fast enough, so I abandoned it. And then he started Southern Life, or Florida Hood Vlogs. And when you look at Florida Hood Vlogs, he wasn't making money when he first started. He started that channel back in 2019, which was 5 years ago. So you weren't making sole money off of YouTube. And why I say that is because if you go back to some of his older videos, there's one specific video made a couple years ago where I believe it was titled Reasons Why Florida is Aggravating or Sucks or something like that. I'm not 100% sure what the exact name, but it's something along those lines. And he said in that video, because at this time he was working his junk removal business, and he even said, if this YouTube doesn't take off, because at this time he only had 2 years ago 50 or 40 or 50,000 subscribers, somewhere around that area, could be a little less, but he said if this YouTube thing doesn't take off, then he doesn't know what the hell he's gonna do, because the junk removal wasn't doing much, because I guess the customers would rip him off and all that. But like I said, he hasn't been doing YouTube or getting paid enough to live off of YouTube for 5 years. He said that in a comment, and it's total BS, because I've noticed he BS's a lot, and a lot of people love to gobble all his videos up like they're all truth. And I just look at it like, you should just be careful, be humble, and always look at it like you could be in that position. One day you could be making 6 figures, and then months or even a year later it could be all taken away and you could be homeless on the streets. So just stay humble out there. Don't make it seem like you're a better person all because you're making this amount of money or have this nice truck. If you really look at it, if he stopped paying his freaking truck payment for whatever reason, what would happen? Oh yeah, he wouldn't have that truck no more. Because he's even mentioned in a community post at one point, he said something along the lines of about homes, like people, it was like the housing crisis, and he said something along the lines of, if you get a home, buy a home right now, and you don't make your payments on your mortgage, technically you don't own it, the bank does. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but you renting is the same thing. You don't own anything in that apartment or even that house if you're renting it. You only own the things that you brought there. And then if you don't make your payments, you can get evicted. Same with the car. If you don't outright buy it and you got a loan for it, if you don't make the payments on it, you can get it repoed, and then it's not your car anymore. It's the banks. It's always going to be the banks until you purchase it. Like I said, I just find his channel weird. I find his ideologies and thought processes like kind of backwards, but that's just my opinion. And I just feel like he's a total BSer.